Good afternoon, everyone. Today is the session 16 of JEE Physics, and this is the first session from the chapter of current electricity. So, I have taken this question, which was asked in the IIEE examination long time back. And I've taken this question because though this question is easy, but nevertheless, this is also it can be categorized into the category of a good question. It's a good question, though it is it's quite easy. So this question was asked in the IIEE examination, and and the question is two electric bulbs which are marked 25 watt and 220 volts, and there is another bulb which is marked as 100 watt 220 volts are connected in series to a 440 volt supply. तो कौन सा बल्ब इसमें से फ्यूज होगा, that is the question. Which bulb will fuse when these are connected to a 440 volt supply. तो यहाँ पर जो let us say the bulb number 1, you can say the first bulb, इसकी जो रेटिंग है वो है आपकी 25 watt at a supply voltage of 220. The rating of this first bulb is 25 watt when the supply voltage is 220. And the second bulb का जो rating है this is 100 watt and when the supply voltage is 220 volts. ठीक है. Now these two bulbs are connected in series to a 440 volt supply. So the question is which bulb will fuse. Now the bulb will fuse when the current which is flowing through these two bulbs is more than the rated current value. अभी यहाँ पर सबसे पहले हम निकालते हैं इसकी फर्स्ट बल्ब की जो रेसिस्टेंस है. दिस बल्ब इज रेटेड फॉर इसकी जो रेटिंग है वो है 25 वॉट व्हेन द सप्लाई वोल्टेज इज 220 वोल्ट. सो पावर जो है P इज इक्वल टू VI होता है. ठीक है, पावर इज इक्वल टू VI. वी हैव यहाँ इट इम्प्लाइज दैट I की जो वैल्यू है this will be in the case of the first bulb will be equal to 25 watt divided by 220 volts. So ये आपका हो गया. This is the, let us say this is I1 कर दिया मैंने. For the second bulb I2 कितना हो जाएगा, that will be equal to 100 divided by 220 एम्पियर. ये एम्पियर हो गया, ये भी आपका एम्पियर हो गया. ठीक है. अब when these two are connected in series, तो मेरा अभी हमको क्या निकालना है, we have to find the net resistance of this circuit. तो net resistance क्या हो जाएगा. Now P is equal to VI होता है. Similarly P is also equal to is equal to, हम यहाँ पर I की जगह पर I can put V is equal to IR. We know that V is equal to IR. ठीक है. तो यहाँ पर मैं I की जगह पर V अपॉन R लगा दूंगा. सो P विल बी इक्वल टू V स्क्वायर अपॉन R. ठीक है. इट इम्प्लाइज दैट द रेसिस्टेंस इज इक्वल टू V स्क्वायर अपॉन P. ठीक है. अब हम क्या करेंगे, आई विल बी कैलकुलेटिंग द रेसिस्टेंस ऑफ द फर्स्ट बल्ब. लेट अस आई एम डिनोटिंग द रेसिस्टेंस ऑफ द फर्स्ट बल्ब एज R1. तो इसकी रेजिस्टेंस कितनी हो जाएगी, 220 का होल स्क्वायर डिवाइडेड बाई 25 वॉट. ये इसकी रेजिस्टेंस हो जाएगी विच वुड बी इन ओम्स. ये हो गया. सिमिलरली द रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ द सेकेंड बल्ब क्या हो जाएगा, दैट विल बी इक्वल टू 220 का होल स्क्वायर डिवाइडेड बाई 100. ठीक है. ये हो गई. सी दिस बल्ब इज रेटेड फॉर 25 वॉट व्हेन द वोल्टेज सप्लाई इज 220 वोल्ट. तो इस बल्ब का जो रेसिस्टेंस है दैट इज इक्वल टू V स्क्वायर अपॉन P हो गया, विच इज इक्वल टू द सप्लाई वोल्टेज. यहाँ पे जो V है दैट इज इक्वल टू 220. इसका स्क्वायर हो गया V स्क्वायर अपॉन 25 हो गया. P इज इक्वल टू 25. सेकेंड केस में हो जाएगा 220 का होल स्क्वायर डिवाइड बाय 100. ठीक है. अब I will use a calculator in order to so यहाँ से I will now find the value of I1. First of all, I1 is equal to 25 divided by 220, which is equal to 0.1136. So I1, or we can, that is equal to 0.1136 ampere. I2 कितना हो गया? 100 divided by 220, 0.454 ampere. ठीक है, ये I2 हो गया. Now I'm calculating the R1, that is the resistance of the first bulb, which is equal to 220 into, so this is equal to the resistance of the first bulb is equal to divided by 25, which is equal to 220 divided by 25, so 1936 ohm. So this is the resistance of the first bulb. The resistance of the second bulb क्या होगा? This will be equal to 220 into 220, which is equal to this divided by 100, which is equal to 484 ohms. So with this reading, I have calculated the resistance of the first bulb and the second bulb, and the maximum current rating of the first bulb and the second bulb. That is, if the current is more than 0.1136, then this bulb will fuse, and if the current is more than 0.454 ampere, then both the bulb will fuse. So when both these two bulbs are connected in series to a 440 volt, first of all we have to find the current which is flowing in that circuit. So अब equivalent resistance when the two bulbs are connected in series, this will be equal to, say, R equivalent, this will be equal to R1 plus R2. ठीक है. So this is equal to 1936 plus 484. This is equal to 2420 ohms. ये तो इक्विवेलेंट रेजिस्टेंस हो गई इस सीरीज की, एंड द सप्लाई वोल्टेज इज 440 volts. ठीक है. So if the supply voltage is 440 volt, voltage is 440 volt, then current through the circuit कितना हो जाएगा? Then the current through the circuit is equal to V upon R, which is equal to 440 upon R. R is equal to 2420, which is equal to, so if the supply voltage is 440 volt, then the current through that circuit will be equal to 440, that is V upon R, because current I is equal to V upon R. So V हमारा है 440 divided by 2420, so 440 divided by 2420, which is equal to 0.1818. 0.1818 ampere. ठीक है. So if these two bulbs are connected in series to a 440 volt supply, then the current which is flowing through that circuit is equal to 0.1818 sorry, this is ampere. This is ampere. And now we have also calculated the maximum current, this allowable current, or you can say the maximum rating of the current through the bulb, that is through the bulb which is having a rating of 25 watt and through the bulb which is having a rating of 100 watt. So the current, the maximum current which can flow, or you can say the maximum allowable current which can flow through this 25 watt bulb is 1.1136 ampere, and the maximum allowable current which can flow through the 100 watt bulb is 0.454 ampere. Now the current which is flowing in the circuit is 0.1818 ampere. So this current which is flowing in the circuit, when both these two bulbs are connected in series to a 440 volt supply, this current is more than this current is more than the maximum allowable current in the case of a 25 watt bulb. Okay, the maximum allowable current in for this 25 watt bulb is 0.1136 ampere, whereas the current which is flowing through the circuit when these two bulbs are connected in series, that is this one and this one, when they are connected in series and the supply voltage is 440 volt, then in that case the current flowing through the circuit is 0.1818, which is this current is more than this. So since इसको हम ले लेते हैं, that is the let us say this is the current I. Since I is greater than I1, therefore 25 watt bulb will fuse. The 25 watt bulb hai, that will fuse because the maximum allowable current for this 25 watt bulb is 0.1136, whereas the current which is flowing in the circuit is 0.1818 ampere. So this 25 watt bulb will fuse because this current I is more than I1. Second, since I is less than I2, therefore 100 watt bulb will not fuse. The maximum, or you can say the maximum, the allowable current for this, the maximum allowable current for this 100 watt bulb is 0.454, that is 0.454 ampere. Therefore, since the current which is flowing through this circuit, that is the circuit consisting of these two bulbs in series, and the supply voltage is 440 volt. So in that case the current is 1.1818 ampere, and since this current I which is flowing in this circuit is less than the allowable current for this 100 watt bulb, therefore this 100 watt bulb will not fuse. ठीक है ना, ये आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पर I की वैल्यू है 0.1818 एम्पियर और यहाँ I2 की जो वैल्यू है वो है 0.454 एम्पियर. तो ये जो I2 है ये आपका I से ज़्यादा है, एंड बिकॉज दिस this maximum allowable current in the case of a 100 watt bulb is more than the current which is flowing in this circuit, therefore the 100 watt bulb will not fuse. So the correct answer हो जाएगा मेरा यहाँ पे, that is A. That is, which bulb will fuse? The 25 watt bulb will fuse. ठीक है, so this is how this question was required to be solved. क्वेश्चन आसान है, इसमें खाली आपको जो मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग ये है कि ये आपको यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस. व्हाट इज this is basically the rating of that bulb at a particular voltage. That is, this is the power rating of a bulb at a particular voltage. This is the power rating of this another bulb at 220 volt supply. ये है आपकी, this is the power rating of a bulb at 220 volt supply. So इसके use करने से what I have found the resistance of this bulb as well as the allowable current which can flow through this bulb. ठीक है, that I have calculated here, and then I have calculated the equivalent resistance of the circuit in which these two bulbs are connected in series. Okay, and after that, since it is connected to a 440 volt supply, I have found the current which is flowing in that circuit, that was equal to 0.18 ampere. Since this current is more than I1, therefore this 25 watt bulb will fuse, and since this current I is less than this I2, that is, this is the allowable current, you can say the maximum allowable current through this 100 watt bulb. Since the current in the circuit is less than this the maximum allowable current in the case of a 100 watt bulb, therefore this 100 watt bulb will not fuse. ठीक है ना? So the question was very easy. The only thing is that you have to follow this procedure which I have just tried to explain it on this board. So thank you very much for joining this session. In the next session, I will be continuing with the same chapter, that is the current and electricity, and I will be coming up with some different types of questions which were asked in the IIT-JEE and this IIEEE examinations. So thank you very much again, and I hope that you have understood what I have tried to explain here. In the next session, I will be taking up a couple of questions which will be based on this Kirchhoff law also, and so I hope that this question was easily understood by you. And the most important thing is that this question is very easy. However, the only thing is that you have to be very clear in the conceptual part of this chapter. So thank you very much for joining this session, and have a nice day.